Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Over Under on 1252 Sports. I'm Harry the Greek. I'm your host this evening. Tonight, we are going to have Mr. Peter Blake again. He's going to be my co host in just a few minutes. Man, it's been a while since we've talked a little bit of football a whole week, man, and especially people up in Chicago and all the Bear fans. I mean, that bye week, and boy, things seem to be getting a lot better. Not really. My Lord, not really. Khalil Mack out for the year, surgery on his foot. Danny Trevathan out for the year. I don't know, guys. It's going to be hard. It's a very uphill battle from this point forward. Anyway, before we go any further, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and make sure you post them. We're going to go ahead and read them live on the air. It even might give us a different narrative, or we actually have open phone lines. Question or comment for the Greek or Pete? Dial 727-320-5866. That's 727-320-5866. And some former host always used to say, this is going to be a fun show. This is going to be great. I can't believe it. How much fun this is going to be. It really is. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit of handicapping. Go Shocker. Big shocker, isn't it? We're going to give you football lines. Had a decent week last week. Went 7-3. A little better than my friend Leo Haggerty did. Oh, God, I couldn't believe it. And I was on a show with him a couple of days ago on the Sports Web. I kind of feel bad because he was sharing. He goes, I don't think I've ever done this before, Harry. I played 8 games. I went 0-7-1. I says, I didn't have a great week either. I went 7-3. And then I caught myself going, that was kind of a dick comment that you made, Harry. Never make fun of people. And I wasn't trying to come off. And Leo, if you're watching, I wasn't trying to come off like a dick. I mean, I love you, brother. I mean, you've been around since handicapping's been around, and I definitely respect your knowledge in this game. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and bring him in live from the Sports Web, all the way down in Tampa Bay. My buddy, Mr. Peter Blake. Peter, how are you, buddy?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Why don't you turn your gain up just a smidge? I'm only kidding because I knew you'd have to get up and lean over and where is it?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited at this point. We're gonna have fun tonight. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I'm so
Peter,
excited.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and share the show here just for a few minutes, and I'm gonna go full screen to you because I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk. You can be as loquacious as you want. That's a Leo word.
Absolutely. Well, guys, if you were betting on any of these games this week, besides Harry the Greek, he mentioned Leo Haggerty not doing very well. I don't know if anybody did very well with all the underdogs that won this week. So, yeah, it was one of those crazy weeks, and it's been one of those crazy seasons in the National Football League. So definitely keep on tuning in tonight. We'll try to put some money into your pocket. Of course, I'm the host of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television here, usually live on NSPN. I love St. Pete. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake. Get to think about, and of course, the story down here in the Bay Area has been, what the hell happened to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus a supposed 2-6 football team, the Washington football team, who, by the way, looked like they were 6-2 and the Bucs were 2-6. I was trying to wrap my mind around it.
I seem to tell everybody at the Redskins, oops, I didn't mean that. Sorry. I mean Washington football team.
You did mean to say the Washington football team was going to keep the game close, and you know what your reasons were? Because the Bucs have injuries. The Washington football team.
Those were part of the reasons, Peter.
Right.
I mean, let's talk about that for a second.
Yes,
because that was my third best pick of the week, if you remember. I mean, it was just too many points.
Yeah.
Look, Tampa's going to get it right. If they don't, you're going to know in the next 2 weeks. It's not time to hit the panic button. I know we're on a Chicago platform, but I can talk about any games in the National Football League. Okay?
Absolutely.
Especially when it comes to a handicapping perspective. Run far away before you think about betting the Buccaneers anytime soon. I don't care if they get healthy, until they prove in a consistent basis that you can make money with them.
Mm-hmm.
You do that. Now, I do feel a little better possibly taking Tampa Bay this week, but don't count on it. The Giants are coming down. Okay, it's not in there. It's not up in New York like it was last year when the Buccaneers were losing to Tampa. I mean, where they were losing to the New York Giants and barely covered. They were losing at halftime and didn't even cover the spread again. And again, they find themselves in the same predicament. And right now, this team is
they're struggling. I mean, let's just put it out there. They're struggling right now. Tom Brady, the third
11-point favorites, Peter. 11-point favorites.
Injuries have absolutely hampered this team, not only in the back end. Gronkowski's coming back this week, but that's been a big loss. Antonio Brown, the controversy with the fake vaccination card, which, we can get into that if you want to. It seems like the team has confirmed that he was vaccinated, but he has been hurt. That has been a big time loss. And at the end of the day, let's just say for what it is, they have no running game. It's not consistent enough. Oh, by the way, they had the same problem last year until the second half of the year, more balanced. And then on top of it, Tom Brady has not necessarily played his best football. So all around, a bad team effort. Bruce Arians calling this team a dumb football team should pump them up. And of course, they're 4-0 at home, 2-3 on the road, so they can't win on the road. Once again, consequently, they're going to be at Raymond James Stadium on Monday Night Football, so we'll see how it turns out.
Absolutely. That it is going to turn out pretty good. I got to try to edit a stream here. Someone just texted me on something, and I have no idea why. And
they text you, they're so excited they can't hide it.
I guess so. I got to remove something.
I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it.
You're killing me, Peter. You're killing me. We're gonna get live right to the comments. Yeah. Facebook user. Let me think here. Harold, justice were served in K-Town. Kenosha. Oh, that must be. I know who that is. That's
Tom
Harold.
Banner.
That's Tom Banner. It's got to be. Do you see him in there? Because I don't.
I do. I see him on my cell phone. That's why I have my
Tom, what's up, my brother?
We'll start calling him Bruce Banner. Don't make him mad. Don't make him angry.
No. Christopher Cole. Chris, how you doing? Hey, guys. Peter, it's always nice to see Chris Cole, isn't it?
I love Chris Cole, man. Chris Cole is a guy that always tunes in. He's one of those great fans out there. He is the lifeblood of sports talk streaming here on Facebook.
He is. And you know what? He's not just a Buccaneer fan. Christopher Cole is a football fan. He enjoys the game for the art that it truly is. And that's what I really love about Christopher Cole. His passion is just unbelievable. Chris, much love, brother. And if I haven't told you, we love you. Happy Thanksgiving. And if we don't get a chance to talk, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I can say that. Merry Christmas, by the way.
Yes, you can.
Facebook users. Harold, today's a good day in Kenosha. Justice prevail. That's Tom Banner, I'm sure. Facebook user. See you next week. Hopefully a satellite show at Hooters. I need to know who that was because I want to be at Hooters doing a satellite show. Who was that?
That is Mr. Tom Banner again.
Oh, Tom.
That's Tom. That's Bruce Banner.
There it is. Christopher Cole. Can you believe that we played the Giants 4 years in a row? Yeah, I got to tell you, man, it is 4 consecutive years in a row. And probably my favorite troll, Mr. Troy Polamalu. What do the Buccaneers and the Titanic have in common? They're both sinking ships.
Wow. You know what I think about that?
Can you? Yes. Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you fire those?
Shut up!
You want to do me a favor? I want you to fire those cannons for me just one time. There you go.
It sounds like a automatic. Sounds like a rifle there to me.
And my little brother, Mr. Fat Mike himself, with his lovely bride,
Harry Peter. Yes,
on his honeymoon from Punta Cana. Harry Peter. That just doesn't sound right when he says that. Harry Peter. Get it. Say it really quick. Harry Peter, watching live from Punta Cana. Fat Mike says, talk Bears, Bucks stink. They lost in the Washington football team. Hey, we talk about everything.
That's it.
Adam Padermo, what's up? Harry and Peter, Cowboys and Chiefs game of the week. Almost 57 total points. Adam, very good point there. We're going to get to that game really, really soon. You're going to be quite surprised to see who I like in that game.
Defense
Facebook user, Hooters or Mons Venus?
That's Bruce again. That's the Hulk. Bruce Banner.
Let me think. Hooters or Mons Venus? I decline to disclose
If
My
you have,
answer.
if you have to ask, you don't know.
Yeah. Trey Palomalu, Buccaneers suck again, so I'll be watching Olympiacos now.
You know what? Here you go.
Shitter!
That's what you get, Troy.
Fat Mike says that's why I did it. What do you
Of
do?
course you did. Of course you did. By the way, congratulations, Fat Mike, on your honeymoon there. Enjoy it, my friend. Enjoy.
Absolutely. And Fat Mike always says it's a Harry Peter. Get it? Get it?
it.
You know what? I
That's
would
a
love
terrible-
for Fat Mike to pick up that phone and dial into the show because I want to hear the action that's going on. Because I guarantee you couldn't put 4 syllables together right now. Are you kidding me? Open bar, live music, and food? Zero chance. Zero chance in my buddy. I'm surprised he could type tonight.
There'd be 4 F-bombs in the first 2 minutes.
Nah, it wouldn't be 4.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
5.
Maybe 5.
5 F-bombs. Mike, we love you, brother. I'm so happy you guys are having a blast out there. And Christopher Cole says, why not both? Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
sure.
Absolutely.
Sure. One before the other, of course.
You ready to get to this?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
You sure?
Look, I had to again. Yeah, the Bucs stunk. I had to watch that game and cover it and explain to people because people are ready to jump off the Skyway Bridge. So let's talk some other teams. Let's talk this week's matchups. Harry the Greek.
In full disclosure, the Skyway Bridge is a bridge that actually connects southern Pinellas County, which is St. Petersburg,
Yes,
all the way over to Sarasota. And if you Google it, the original Skyway Bridge back in the early 80s fell down. You might have remembered that if you were alive then.
yes.
A big old Freightliner actually hit the bridge, and God, a lot of people died. They were just driving to the top of the bridge, and the Greyhound bus just went over. It was just horrible. But anyway, it's a huge bridge, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, Misador says, gentlemen, how are we doing? Misador, I don't know who you're talking to.
We're doing
Gentlemen?
Gentlemen. We're gentlemen. Well, I love Misador.
What's up, me?
You're a gentleman. I'm a gentleman.
Let's get to it, Peter. You
Yes.
ready?
I'm excited. Let's have fun. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Come on, let's do it.
I you know what? I'm excited too. Miami and the Jets. Now that really starts it off well. What do you guys think?
I mean, this is what I think about that. I mean, can we just skip that game? Can we just say not play that game? I mean, one week it's the greatness of Mike White, and then he comes back down to earth, crashing down to earth like an asteroid, 4 interceptions. And now you got the greatness of Joe Flacco starting in this game for the New York Jets versus a Miami team that was rumored to have Deshaun Watson give up 3 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks and just everything in the world for a guy. They don't even know what his legal situation is going to be. They want him to settle. So for me, it most likely will be a close game. I'll go with Miami in it.
You're going to have to, but Peter, why is this game only a 3.5-point favorite with Flacco?
Oh,
Really?
Flacco. Well, maybe if
No,
Joe
hold on.
Flacco
Seriously, just think about this. Why is Miami only a 3.5-point favorite? What is the old adage? If it's too good to be true,
right.
it generally is.
Generally
it's
is.
just too good to be
Do
true.
you think Miami could blow their doors off here?
It wouldn't surprise me
I can't figure out
which way the game will go.
Right.
It wouldn't surprise me to see the Jets put a game together and win this game.
Right.
By all points, and they're not supposed to. I mean, Miami's supposed to beat the brakes off this team. But remember, it's 3.5-point favorites. So the Greek is scared. So that means you need to go to Texas. And Texas means what, Peter?
El Paso pass on the game. Let's go back to the Miami-Baltimore game. How surprised were you by that result? I mean, Miami-Baltimore, Miami coming out, shutting down Baltimore. I mean, this has been the story of the National Football League this year. This is probably why you would pass on this game, right?
Well, yeah, I'm going to have to. But how surprised was I between Miami and Baltimore?
Yeah.
Maybe, Peter, you should tell them how surprised I was with it.
You weren't. You weren't surprised. In fact, you called it. You said to me, bet on Miami. Miami's going to make this game close, and they did. In fact, they shut down Lamar Jackson. I mean, for you, everything that Lamar Jackson brings to the table, do you still believe that he can get Baltimore to the postseason and at least win more than one game? Is he a consistent enough quarterback in that offense to take them to the promised land, Or at the end of the day, is he just a guy that's going to run around, make some plays, give you some highlight reels, but won't be consistent in that pocket to lead that team to the promised land?
Peter, I got to tell you, man, that's a great question, and I'm really glad you asked that. I've never been a believer of Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's circle back to that statement, what I meant by it now. Let's completely circle back. But there was a game that he threw for 400 yards. And I had to watch the tape on that game. And I was like, this kid's a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
His delivery was quicker. It was precise. He was hitting people. He was dropping dimes. He was hitting laser shots. He was nothing you could do. He was running, passing. It was just, he looked extraordinary. And then the wheels fall off of him again. Looked late coming out with his timing. So I don't know which Lamar Jackson that we're going to get. Are we going to get the Lamar Jackson that the Miami Dolphins threw at him and just had zero coverage? I mean, they were playing man up and sending everybody after him and completely losing him because he couldn't do anything against the pressure.
Can he read a defense? I mean, that's what comes down. Can he read a defense enough?
I'm gonna, you know what, and I'm not gonna try to go down this rabbit hole, but most super mobile quarterbacks can't read a defense very well.
Right.
They just can't.
Right.
Their legs is what provides them that extra time to find an open receiver, or it allows the receivers to get down the field and turn around or create space.
Right.
I think he struggles a little bit. I've noticed that he has a very difficult time because you don't see him in the pocket enough to determine whether he's going to his primary, secondary, third, and even his fourth. I see him first read, second read, and that's it.
That's it.
Generally.
Mm-hmm.
But that one game, Peter, first, second, third, and he was even in his fourth read. It was like he looked like he was a 10-year vet. And he grew up in one game. And then all of a sudden, he lost it all. And I don't know what happened. Now, maybe I looked at the wrong tape. I don't know. But I'm not going to go that long on to it.
I mean, I'll say, Jackson has the habit out of college, right? I mean, he's a mobile quarterback. You go with a one read or two read, and then you get rid of the ball or you start to run. That's the problem. That's the reason why so many quarterbacks have a tough transition process, if you will, to the National Football League, because at the end of the day, yes, the first year you may be able to get, you may be able to get away with some of that stuff, but eventually defensive coordinators are going to catch up with you. They're going to know your tendencies. They're going to try to keep you in the pocket. They're going to try to put pressure on you, so you have to read a defense. So I guess my question is, I don't know what Lamar Jackson is going to be. I know he's a fantastic athlete. I know he can make all the throws in the league. I just don't know if he can do it consistently. With that being said, I'm not sure if he could take Baltimore to the promised land.
You know what? And I have to agree with you on that, but it's time to say, is he ever going to develop?
Right.
He's been in the league long enough. This is exactly what you're going to get. He's not ever going to be any better, and he's not really, he's plateaued. That's just my opinion.
Is he Michael Vick? I mean, is he a fantastic athlete during the regular season once he gets to the playoffs?
Look, Michael Vick let me tell you something, not taking anything away from Lamar Jackson. Mm-hmm. Lamar Jackson has a decent arm. It's not a Michael Vick arm.
No.
Okay. You were an NFC South guy for many, many moons.
Many years.
That guy had a cannon for an arm, an absolute cannon. So I can't compare. And I think that Michael Vick later on in his career became a much better pocket passer.
He had to. What you basically compare it to is a guy that's a thrower and then a guy that learns how to pitch. A guy that's a thrower can only throw two pitches. He could throw 96 to 98. But a pitcher can work all the strike zones. A pitcher doesn't necessarily have to throw 98 or 96. He can throw 93 as long as he's able to locate the pitches. That's the difference. It's like David Price for the Rays. Price could come out. He could absolutely throw two pitches at 96, 98, but then he learned how to be a pitcher because basically he had arm injuries. And the same thing could be said about Michael Vick. The way you stop Michael Vick, You quarterback spy him. You force him to beat you from the pocket and read a defense. And I think the same thing could be said about Lamar Jackson. Until he develops into a consistent quarterback, I can't take Baltimore seriously unless it's a Russell Wilson situation where you have a Marshawn Lynch, you have a defense around you that can,
Very good point, man.
help you.
Very, very, very good point. I'm going to bring up this. Misador said it best. Mobile quarterbacks struggle to read a defense because they have never done it. When you're that athletic, you rely on your instincts over optics. That is a perfect statement. Thank you so much for go ahead and clarifying that.
Yeah.
All righty. Misador says footsteps. Flacco will not beat the Finns. That's a possibility. Facebook user over under Rittenhouse defamation suits.
Goodness gracious. Can we stay away from that tonight?
I know. Troy Polamalu, fire Bulls. Man won Super Bowl and is no longer motivated.
Yeah. Or he has injuries to the back end. So many injuries. I mean, you're just a troll at this point. That's what you do.
Topacio, fire Bulls. Facebook user. Good evening, Harry and Peter. How you doing? So do you think Mike Evans takes over the franchise touchdown record from Mike Allstott? He's going to have to. I mean,
yes.
Absolutely. I think he does it really soon. Topacio, Buck shouldn't suck. The coaches are limited being created to develop a football personality and character. That's a good point. Appreciate it. Facebook user says Vic stopped running after meeting Roosevelt Coleman.
Yeah.
Very true. I really wish I know who put that comment out there.
Tom Banner, and then Kyle Nicole with the Mike Evans. And since week 5, Mike Evans has 7 touchdowns at this point, of course, tied with Mike Allstott for 71. So he's definitely going to surpass that. Antonio Brown is out of this game. Chris Godwin is banged up. Definitely going to see Evans. And then the whole scuttlebutt for the week is Tom Brady didn't go enough to Mike Evans.
Right.
Bank on it. They're going to go to Mike Evans in that Monday Night Football game. I'll take that to Vegas. I'm not going to pass up on that.
Nope. Misador says Bowles has injuries to his back end.
Wow.
That's the thing on his backside over here. Just like if I said, Peter, I'm going to put you in my back room.
You know what?
We're not going there.
How about that?
We're going to go to the next game. New Orleans Saints are at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are 2.5-point favorites. Who's playing quarterback for New Orleans? Who do you like here and why, Peter?
I mean, that's the big time story. Is it Trevor Siemian? Is it Taysom Hill? They gave everything they could to Tennessee. You've got Philadelphia right now, number 1 pass defense versus New Orleans, number 1 rush defense. So what gives at this point? You would think they would have an advantage over a Jalen Hurts. To tell you the truth, though, I figure out this. I think New Orleans will win this game. They'll figure out how to win just because of what we talked about with Jalen Hurts. Even though he can use his feet, he cannot read a defense consistently. That favors that secondary for the Saints. I'm taking the Saints in this game. In a
close game. You know what? If Trevor Siemian's playing, you got to play the Eagles. No. Sorry. Who's the other quarterback?
Taysom Hill?
If Taysom Hill's going to start this football game, you play the Eagles.
Okay.
I'd rather see Trevor Siemian under center for you to cover your bet there.
Sure.
That's another game I don't understand why. Philadelphia, they're a little bit banged up right now defensively. New Orleans is not banged up defensively with the exception of one of their corners have been hurting a little bit. Offensively, they have no running game whatsoever, no wide receivers. But Kevin White, by the way, Chicago, just to let you know, this is where he went to now. He's on the practice squad, possibly getting called back up this week and could see some playing time.
Right.
Again, Philadelphia should have no problem covering it. To me, I think this is a trap game, in my opinion. I'm going to Texas. That means we're going to El Paso, brother. El Paso.
And I would think I would pass on that game too. Kamara,
Nope. You can't pass. Let me tell you something. We don't go backwards here, brother. You picked New Orleans not to just cover, but to win. And I like it because that's what this platform's all about. It's about the cojones that you have. Because when you take an underdog.
Yes. You know what we call that in the sports entertainment world, a.k.a. wrestling world? Testicular fortitude. That's what you get here.
Testicular fortitude. Facebook user, Cowboys versus Chiefs. Who's winning? I'm going to get to that game here in about the next 15 minutes. You're going to be quite surprised with that game. Misador says, fly, Eagles, fly. Obviously, we know who me likes.
Mm-hmm.
Another Facebook user says, Kyle will own the Punta Gorda Resort soon. Arica?
That is Tom Banner again.
Oh, Tom, how you doing, brother? Deuces, my man. Deuces.
By the way, you guys that are not showing up, you got to click on that little link so we can see your names in there. But I will look for it right here. Tom is mentioning again. He has another comment here. Here it comes.
Kyle will own the Punta Cana, Vatican via the Vatican crapper. Oh, that's pretty good. You know what? I got another person going to be coming on that I know we're going to have a fantastic time. Are you having a good time?
I'm having fun. I'm so excited. I'm elated right now, man. You can feel that energy coming out of me.
Yep. Live from Washington, Dallas, Mr. Stephen Glasker. How are you, sir?
What up, guys? How you doing? What's going on, Harry? What's up, Peter?
What's going on,
my
buddy?
brother?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. What's happening tonight?
Not too much, man. Not too much at all. Boy, I'm really glad you decided to come on a little bit. We're just going through some of the games here, and we always love your opinions here, Stephen.
I appreciate that. Thank you, brother. I'm sorry I'm a little late getting to you. I was going to come a little early. I spent some time with my girlfriend, and so I'm going to step out for a few minutes to say hi to the guys.
Hey, man, priorities at the end of the day, my friend. If she were your wife, I would say happy wife, happy life, okay?
That's exactly right. Yes, sir.
That's what they do say. Stephen, Arizona's -2 going to Seattle. I know that's a lot to digest. I mean, I could ask you a better game like Miami at the Jets, but I'm not. Arizona at Seattle. Arizona's favored by 2 points. Who do you like there and why?
Let me ask, is Kyler playing?
That's a great question. That's still up in the air.
I guess I'm curious as to why if he is, or if Watkins playing, why the line's only 2. Not Watkins, Hopkins. I'm sorry. I don't understand why the line's only 2.
Neither
So
do
what
I.
that tells
And if
me
it's
is,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to say that tells me they must not believe he's playing. So if he's not playing, I can understand the line being 2. I would probably agree with that and take the points.
Peter, who do you like and why?
I'm going to go El Paso on this. I'm going to pass on this game because simply Kyler Murray may not play in this game. I think Arizona is different. Even though they won, they're going on the road, right, against Seattle and Russell Wilson. Yeah, I'm going to pass. I'm going to go to El Paso on that.
And the Greek says, we're going to Texas, baby.
Mm-hmm.
El Paso. Zero chance you get to see me play this game. Now, let's get to some really good games. You guys ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Please.
Okay. Detroit Lions at the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland is a 12-point favorite. Please, somebody ask me why.
Why is it a 12-point favorite? Why?
Because there's no Jared Goff. There's no second-string quarterback, and I couldn't for the life of me tell you who the third-string quarterback for Detroit is.
I don't even know. I'm trying to think myself right now. Who is?
Listen, I will tell you one thing Detroit does really well, though.
What's that?
They run the football. Hey, Steven, did you believe that? There's actually a team in the National Football League that actually runs consistently for 230 yards last week. Just throwing that out there for you, bud.
I wonder who we could be talking about.
I have no idea, but I'll tell you one thing. With a third-string quarterback, this is a game I kind of like. I like Cleveland. Don't be afraid, folks. Play the under here. I don't think Detroit scores in this game. If they do, they score no more than 6 points. You heard it. 6. They're going to score 2 field goals in this game. Unless there was a complete mental breakdown, okay, and they gave him pizza that Michael Jordan ate back in the playoffs, back from the 90s. That's the only way Cleveland doesn't cover this game. You know, and if you don't want to play the under in that, be pretty confident. Get on this line early because it's going to continue to go up because this line is only 12. It started at 9. It went to 10. It's up to 12. Don't be surprised by game day. It will be 14 or 15 points. And if it gets that high, you can't play it because someone could, they can cover on the back end. Peter, I know you like talking about the back end. Who do you like and why, Peter?
Absolutely. Love talking about the back end, especially when it comes to talking football here live on the over-under. Thanks a lot for that. Yeah, I mean, look, the Lions, they did everything they could to win that game besides kick a field goal. Shocker, right? And now you've got, a third-string quarterback in the controls. Yes, the Lions have played tough, but they're going to lose this game. and they're going to lose it in blowout fashion to the Cleveland Browns. Baker Mayfield has been banged up all week. There's been a lot of talk if he should even be the future quarterback of this team. Look for the Cleveland Browns to blow out the Detroit Lions, and this may be a shutout. This may be the game where you say, uh-oh, but the injury situation and then putting all your effort, expect a flat effort out of the Lions. No biting ankles, biting elbows in this game. Browns all the way.
Steven.
Oh, man, I hear everything you both saying, and I really want to believe in Cleveland. I just don't know if I trust Baker Mayfield. Man, I
get it. I get it. We're going to get to some of the comments really here. Troy Polamalu says Bowles is actually a great coach because he makes third-string quarterbacks look like old pros.
Shut up!
That's a good one. Bucks Report president. Huh?
Yeah.
Guys, today, Steve, one of the pupils will be on your show. Show us some love.
Here we go.
Shut up!
That is Troy Polamalu again. I don't know what he does to change his name, but that is him too.
I love Troy Polamalu.
I do too.
Adam Padermo. Adam, what's up, my brother? By the way, if you ever need any auto parts for all your auto parts needs, make sure you go see Adam Padera at
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
There you go.
Nice.
Adam Padermo, love Chubb in the Lions and Browns game. Adam, just out of curiosity, do you ever actually read what you write there? I mean, just say this like fluently. I love Chubb in the Lions and Browns game.
Well, here's the thing here, perverts. Chubb is a Georgia running back. DeAndre Swift is a Georgia running back. So the matchup of Georgia running backs and Swift lately gives the only chance for the Lions to win this game. I think the Browns will be ready for it. And I agree with you on this. Chubb in this game, if he's healthy for the Browns, run him all day long and all night.
I like Chubb once in a while. I mean, how about you?
I think we all do.
How about Steve? You like Chubb?
I'm super straight, bro.
Oh God!
Troy Polamalu says that was not me as he's laughing hysterically with his
it is
his
him.
emojis.
It's
his
what
girlfriend.
Shut up!
What is his uncle?
Who knows?
His
Dirty
brother?
minds think. Dirty minds, LOL. Nice one, Harry. I mean, you're the one who said you like a Chubb and a Brown. I don't know. I have no
Browns
idea.
Lions. I don't know where to go here on Friday night, but this is where we're going.
Anyway, I do like Cleveland, honestly. And if you're going to bet this game, you need to do it soon because honestly, the line's just going to be way too much. San Francisco at Jacksonville, guys. San Francisco, the resurging San Francisco 49ers. Ever since they got lucky and beat the Bears because they came back and beat them late, they have actually played really good football. Very inspired on defense, even though they're banged up. Offensively, they were banged up. Garoppolo looks good. The running game is extraordinary. I mean, they're just doing everything right. And Shanahan's got these boys clicking right now, baby. They're not throwing the ball all over the field. They're throwing it when they need to. Kittle looks like he's back to his old self. The running game is perfect. Watch out, NFL. I'm putting them on notice. If this team gets healthy, this team could make a serious run in the playoffs. Absolutely. Because, Peter, when you can run and play defense, that's really hard to beat in the National Football League. Who do you like here and why, Peter?
And, of course, when Jimmy Garoppolo was out playing Matt Stafford, who was everybody's darling to win the MVP, of course you can win. When you're not turning over the ball, when you're running the ball, and when you're playing defense, you have an opportunity. I absolutely believe in this San Francisco 49er team. I like them in this game. 7 to 9 points, 49ers over the Jaguars. They'll make it close early, but, of course, they'll fall apart because they do have a rookie quarterback and, of course, a rookie coach in Urban Meyer. He won't know how to handle this offense and defense.
Let me tell you something. One thing about Urban Meyer, he knows the hot clubs. I could tell you that, man. That guy definitely knows how to party.
He loves the talent. That's for sure.
Yes, he does. Steven, who do you like
He's
here?
got great.
San Francisco.
I heard Urban Meyer's got great hands. Well, I will say this. I love everything that Peter said. There's a team in the NFC South I wish would learn that whole lesson of running the ball and not having to throw it too much. But I digress. I like San Francisco in this deal. Jimmy Garoppolo looked really good in the last game. He seems like he's coming back into his own, like the old Jimmy. the year they went to the Super Bowl. And I'm not saying they're going to go to the Super Bowl, but it, like you guys said, it is Jacksonville. And although I think that rookie is going to end up being a pretty good QB, he is a rookie. He does have a coach who prefers to use his hands for other things than to teach people how to play football. So I'm thinking it's going to be a blowout. I got San Fran.
Okay, cool. And Facebook user says if Lions don't beat the Bears on Thanksgiving, the Lions will be 0-16-1. Adam Padermo says Jeff Wilson time. I think that might be the quarterback for the Detroit Lions, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I thought it was the running back for the 49ers, actually.
Oh, no, it is a running back for the 49ers. Who is the quarterback for the Detroit Lions now?
I mean, I feel like we should play some Jeopardy music right now. I mean, get on the phone line, 727-320-5866. It's 727-320-5866. If you know the answer to who in the world is the
you will win $1 million.
Or how about this?
No, you won't.
And it's coming from Steven Glasker. That's Glasker.
That's a big negative.
You get a big pat on the back. That's what you get.
How about no?
That's what you get, right?
Listen, if I had Steven Glasker's money, I'd burn mine.
Wow.
Sure. Yeah. You guys know, don't ever believe that ever.
Facebook user, don't even mention Sabby Depot. 49ers over Jaguars.
Yep.
Boyce is that's right. Boyce. Is it Boyle or Boyce? Which one is it? It's one of the two.
Andrew Fulbert says Boyle. Corey Brown says
Andrew Fulbert's out there?
Yes.
Hold on.
The Red Rifle.
The Red Rifle. Stand
Nice.
by. I got to.
It's Tim Boyle. I don't know. He could be Susan Boyle at this point, and I wouldn't know. And if he plays like Susan Boyle, he'll probably never have a start in the National Football League again. How about that?
Wait, guys? What if he ends up looking like Mike White with the Jets? What if?
If he looks like Mike White versus the Browns, there's going to be a lot of hell to pay for the Browns at this point.
Yeah, they got no tape on the kid. You never know. I'm just saying.
Miles Garrett.
I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty damn confident that they're going to cover here. I really am.
Miles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, go get the quarterback. How about that?
Yeah.
How about
Tim Boyle, Anna Padero, but Tim Boyle, Facebook user Tim Boyle. Thank you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. But going back to the game at hand, San Francisco 6.5 points favorite at Jacksonville. Very small. Play San Francisco on the road. Do not like taking big favorites on the road. But in this game, I love the momentum. And let me tell you something. The word Mo, it's got a lot going. The next game on the list is the Indianapolis Colts on the road. They're 7.5 point favorites. What do you like here?
Who are they against?
Come on, think. You should know all this.
I should know this. I should know this by now. Who are they against?
Come on. I'm gonna see how well you have been training, young grasshopper.
You got me.
They're at Buffalo. It's the team that's had the easiest record in the entire. I mean, they've had the easiest schedule in the entire football.
The question is this an easy game? Is this an easy game for Carson Wentz? Because to me, Carson Wentz has played well, but once again, inconsistent. This team is getting running back. They're getting good production out of Jonathan Taylor. But coming into this game after the debacle against Jacksonville, Buffalo will definitely win this game. It will be a little bit closer than a lot of people think, but coming into it, this Buffalo defense causes lots of turnovers, including 24 interceptions. So look for Carson Wentz to throw a couple here, and that will be the reason why the Buffalo Bills will win this game. Look for a pick six by this Bills defense.
Steven?
I'm going to take the other side here, actually. I'm not so sure about Buffalo, guys. I like the Indy's playing pretty well. Carson Wentz, I'm not sure I trust him, but right now he appears to be playing better than Josh Allen. And they do have a great running game. And so if they can just commit to the run, pound the rock, and keep Buffalo on their heels, they can win that game.
Very good point. It's not just about winning. It's about covering. Yes, I'm going to have to agree with you. I'm going to tell you why. Buffalo, you just don't know what you're going to get. There's so many inconsistencies here.
Yeah.
That defense looks like they're Super Bowl champions for the last 5 years in a row. Okay. And they're just not playing that well. And there were some stats that I was reading today. They've had the easiest schedule of anybody in the National Football League, period. They have. Now they got a real game to play. They're going to play Indianapolis, and they're playing them in their own stadium. And they're 7.5-point favorites. My third favorite game of the week. Take Indianapolis plus the 7.5. This is a very, very good game to bet. Indianapolis will definitely run the football. Indianapolis has an extraordinary defense, and they definitely cover the points here. Not saying they're winning, but
it's going to be a close game. Yeah, I like a close game here because of what you guys have both said. Taylor running there, but can Carson Wentz not only avoid injury but avoid throwing interceptions in this game? Buffalo again prone to get those interceptions, so I'm kind of wondering. Again, I would expect a pick six in this game, maybe a couple interceptions.
They could. I'm going to say this is Tom Banner. Still waiting for the over/under Kyle's pocketbooks.
Wow.
Lamar Jackson's out on the COVID list. I understand Lamar Jackson has been sick. I haven't heard that he was ruled out, and I thought they said it was non-COVID related.
Wow, I haven't heard anything about Lamar Jackson.
I would like someone to go ahead and look that up while I'm
looking up right now.
Next game. That's perfect.
Yeah. Let me just do that.
And someone has the Bills over the Colts. That may very be true, but I just don't think they cover, and they beat Indianapolis by the 7.5 points. I think Indianapolis gave them everything that they could ever imagine last year in the playoffs. And by all rights, they could have beat them in the playoffs last year.
He's a full participant today, Jackson, in practice. So he will start versus the Chicago Bears. So
okay, cool deal. Washington at Carolina. Peter.
Woof.
What do you like and why? Washington's minus. Hang on. Carolina's favorite by 3 points. Now I want you to get all snuggly in your little bed there and wrap your arms around it. And I want you to think about this, Peter. They just beat the world champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Carolina ain't playing too well.
Well, they got Cam Newton. The resurgence of Cam Newton in this
Hold on.
touchdowns.
Yes. They're still not playing that well. Is McCaffrey playing? If so, how effective is he going to be? They're missing one of their linebackers right now. The passing game's still looking pretty good, but Cam Newton hasn't been able to hit a receiver 10 yards downfield to save his life. Okay. Why is Carolina 3-point favorites here? Who do you like and why?
I don't know. This is another game I would pass on, but if you're putting a gun to my head at this point, I actually kind of like the Carolina Panthers, and I'll tell you why. Chase Young is out of this game for the Washington football team, their best defender. Tyler Heineke has played well last week versus the Bucs. They got Antonio Gibson. I get it, but without Chase Young, I don't know. I like the Carolina Panthers right now, and I think Cam Newton, even though he's starting this game and maybe he's not the same Cam Newton he was, you have Christian McCaffrey playing. You have those weapons. He can get the ball to those receivers. And, of course, the revenge factor, that Panther team wants to beat their former coach in Ron Rivera. I like the Carolina Panthers in a close one.
Perfect. Steven.
I agree. I like Carolina as well. For a lot of the reasons Peter said, but I think probably Vegas is looking at this game as essentially kind of a wash, except for the fact that it's in Carolina, so they're going to get the complimentary 3 points for the home team. I think Cam. I'm with you. I don't trust his necessarily trust his throwing ability past 10 yards, but he still can pound the ball on short yards. If they can get into 3 and 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. Situations, maybe even 3rd and 3, but some 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1 situations, they're gonna pick up a lot of first downs, and a lot of that has to do with Chase Young. I know he's more of a pass rusher than a run defense guy, but I just don't. Washington played their asses off to beat the Bucs. I don't think they got any more juice left in them for Carolina.
And also
very good comment.
Also one of the worst defenses in the back end, although you wouldn't know that from the way the Bucs played last week. I kind of feel like what Carolina's been missing, guys, here, and I've said it over and over again whenever he was saying, Sam Darnold for MVP. I'm so excited. Let's have fun. Sam Darnold, the next coming. He wasn't. He's an interception machine. Now he's hurt. I feel like Carolina, they can get Christian McCaffrey's back once again. You have weapons on the outside. I like Cam Newton. I like Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers in this game. And the defense is playing well also.
Yep.
Facebook user says Panthers over Washington 31-24. Facebook user, I'm thinking Carolina wins with Cam over Washington. Facebook user, Washington Hornets future name. What do you think, Steven?
Oh, Lord.
Steven or Peter, who do you like here? Is it, you think they can call them the Washington Hornets?
I call them anything they want to. Washington football team. It's a lot better than the Washington football team, okay? How about the
anything's better than the football
Red
team.
Wolves or something creative, something. I don't know.
Well,
I like the Red Wolves.
Washington. How about the Washington capital punishment? Because it's capital punishment. We have to continue every week not to say the other word and say Washington football team. How about that trash? How about that?
I actually get caught up sometimes.
Yeah.
And accidentally call them the Redskins. I mean, I've done it a few times, and it just, I don't know, man. It just comes off my mind, and just, I don't know why, but it just happens that way. And I apologize. I mean, and I always correct myself and say the Washington football team. But anyway, tell you who I like in this game.
I like the Red Wolves name. If they go with that, it's. I mean, they could have some cool. I mean, although I like their uniforms now with just the numbers on the helmets, but they can turn that into a whole thing with the fans and the fans howling in the stands, at certain points. It could be a really cool thing for the fans.
You could do it. You get somebody to go in there. You get Kid Rock to do the old song because he stole the track. Oh, what is it? Werewolf in London, Werewolf in Washington. There you go.
Exactly. There you go.
Peter, give Steven Glasgow the woo.
Oh, I'll do that. Here we go.
Woo! There you go.
I'm going to go ahead.
It would probably, hopefully, pacify the butthurt people out there. So it'll be nice to finally get past this stupid name thing.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's my second favorite game of the week. You guys ready?
Yeah.
No Chase Young. The other star defensive lineman's gone. This is going to be a shootout, guys. Listen to me when I tell you a shootout. I have Washington winning this football game 17-14. That's why I said shootout, okay? Don't even bother. Seriously, Carolina is going to be able to keep them at bay.
Yes.
Listen, Cam Newton. Really? Okay. Come on. I want you to think about it. He's not going to throw the football. Are you kidding me? Seriously, stop. I mean, give me just this much credit from what I'm seeing. Listen, you always are supposed to take the home, especially when the home favorite is so small. Washington's coming off an enormous win. They need to win this football game, as does Carolina. But in this situation, I really like Heineke. I really do. I think he's going to get him up and down in the field. I don't think he's going to be able to put it in the end zone very frequently. It's going to be a lot of field goals in this game. I not only have Washington covering, I have them winning the football game. Play Washington on the money line. I will not go wrong on this game.
All right. All right. I needed a Heineke last week after watching him play quarterback.
Absolutely.
I did too, brother. Believe
How
me.
many times did he get out of the pocket? He's very underrated. He is very underrated. He's got mobility. He can get out. He can make throws. I don't know what it is about that team, though. There's something weird. Like Ron Rivera can get them up to play, but they have taken a step back from last year. They have. And
absolutely.
I think it's going to cost them this Sunday. I do.
A lot of teams have been underestimating Taylor Heineke, though, because the kid's got wheels. I mean, even BA said that. And like I said, they almost kept the Bucks. I mean, they almost beat the Bucks in the wild card with Taylor Heineke, his first ever start. And so I don't get this whole underestimating this guy. I don't know why that keeps happening. But last week's game, I wasn't very pleased with the way Brady played. But I'm telling you what, bro, 19 times they got first downs or something ridiculous.
11 or 19 on third down conversions. You call yourself a signature defense.
Hold on. Hey, guys.
Yes.
I have a call coming in.
All right. I was just going off there. Look out.
Actually, I know you were just going off there. You know, we're talking about behinds and the Greek and the little Peter and everything else. And now we have a phone call. Welcome to the Over Under. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's going on, guys? It's Adam.
Adam!
Adam, what's up, baby?
Fire those cannons, Peter.
I will fire those cannons right there.
What do you got, Adam?
You
What's
guys-
on your mind, little brother?
You guys got me cracking up with the Chubb comment there.
Well, you're the one that's talking about you like a little brown chub.
Oh God.
Oh,
God, here we
jeez.
go.
You know what?
Here we go. Nick Chubb is going to have a game.
So Nick has
No.
a chub and he's going to have a game. Okay, whatever you say, buddy.
Well, look,
Listen,
if he
to
has
each his
a Chubb,
own.
He's got to have an exciting game. I mean, that's the way it goes with the Chubb.
No, my thing is I know you guys went over the Philly and the Saints game not too long ago, but what is going on with that Philadelphia backfield? I mean, you had Jordan Howard that came out of his coffin.
So now we're
You know,
talking about
decided to run the
chubs,
ball.
backfields. Okay, let me get this straight now.
And coffins. Yeah.
And
Harry,
coffins.
Is this Halloween?
Adam is into some weird
Harry,
stuff,
what's
man.
going on?
Bro, is it water or is it vodka?
I don't know what's going on, but to answer your question, you're exactly
my
right. I mean, Miles Sanders is hurt or he's back.
Well, Miles Sanders is getting off the IR.
Right.
You got, so he's coming back. You got Boston Scott back there. You got Gainwell. You got Jordan Howard, which I mentioned that came out of his coffin.
Sure.
You might as well bring back Deuce Staley.
Too Staley.
Go ahead and bring back DeMarco Murray, Ryan Matt, all these other running backs in there and see what they can do with that. Because Nick Sirianni, I can tell you right now, he's probably got to be the worst coach in the NFC least.
Well, and I tell you right now, you're exactly right. And coming in, look, the only thing he really had was the
Now we're
experience
coming in.
of Frank Reich, right? And you got all these running backs that are not able to do it, but your quarterback is your leading rusher, so that could be a problem. So you're exactly right. Very disappointing year for Miles Sanders. A lot of fantasy guys out there drafted him high, and he's been disappointing. And whether it's been his production or lack thereof,
I agree.
that running game overall has been disappointing for the Eagles because think about it, guys. If they had some semblance, Leo word, SAT word of a running game, they would be very, very dangerous with the way that Hurts and Devontae Smith is playing right now. Devontae Smith is knocking it out of the park.
Let me tell you something. That Philadelphia team's a lot better than what people are giving them credit for. And you're correct, Adam, and I really appreciate the call and the question on there. They are having problems with the backfield. They really are. And I honestly don't think it's going to get any better this week because they're facing a defense like New Orleans.
Number one rushing defense in the NFL, believe it or not.
And that's not a skewed statistic.
Nope.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, if Miles Sanders does, if he does get injured again, I got your favorite player from last year and Stephen Glasser's favorite player from last year. I heard LaShawn McCoy is actually looking for a spot.
Yeah.
So they might as well bring him back, too.
Well, you got Le'Veon Bell out there, the greatness of Le'Veon Bell, who, by the way, great job, Mr. Bell, leaving Pittsburgh and that money on the table to go to the greatness of the New York Jets, the Chiefs.
By the way, the deal that he took at the Jets was a few dollars less than what Pittsburgh originally offered him. Just saying out there,
right.
guys.
It's always about the grass is not greener on the other side.
No, it's not. I'm going to go to some of the comments really quick while we have Adam on the phone. Troy Polamalu says Bears GM will be looking at Harbaugh this Saturday against Ohio State. They can look at Harbaugh all they want. Ohio State is going to blow Michigan out of the water.
Really?
Blake Anthony.
Wow.
Blake, how you doing, brother? Blake, Harry, you the man. Blake, you the man, brother. I just know how to fix mufflers and tailpipes. You know what I'm talking about, brother.
Hey,
Now you're
wait,
talking about tailpipes.
Peter.
Come on.
Yes.
Peter, did Harry just say that Ohio State was going to blow Michigan State?
Oh,
Michigan.
my God.
And
Yeah,
that was
well,
it?
he certainly
Well,
did.
the Browns are there too, okay?
How about this?
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Oh, God, stop. Facebook user, Rob Gronkowski, Scotty Miller, Sean Murphy, Button return Monday. That's absolutely true. Blake Anthony says, it's Harry with a little Peter. Facebook user says, Browns need all new wide receivers next season. Right now, all Brown wide receivers are trash. I wouldn't say that, guys.
Well, that's
Wow.
Corey Brown right there. That's Mr. Troll. He's a troll too, so we'll give it to him.
Shitter!
No, I really wouldn't say that. I don't think their receiving core is that bad. I really don't. Let me tell you something. when this Cleveland Brown team gets healthy again, especially in their backfield, they are going to be really a good team to try to contend.
And they're actually better without OBJ, by the way, because they have Jarvis Landry and they have Donovan Peoples, who, by the way, is out of Michigan. There you go. So
yeah, but you can't say
OBJ is a bad luck charm in any team.
I mean, look what he did. He went to the Rams, and Robert Woods went out with a torn ACL, and the Rams absolutely looked horrible versus the 49ers. I mean,
they got smoked.
A curse. He is like the Kardashian curse. If there's an Kardashian, that athlete, it's like being on a Madden curse, the Madden cover. You ain't doing good that year.
Nope, you're not. Blake Anthony says, looking forward to seeing my exclusive interview with Eagles defensive tackle Fletcher Cox for the story on the Eagles. Wow, I can't wait to see that interview, Blake.
Nice. Congratulations on that, my friend.
Facebook user, I got the Eagles beating the Saints. I don't trust second-string quarterbacks or even third strings. I get it. Facebook user says NFL MVP equals oh, God. That must be Tom Banner.
Yeah, that is Tom Banner. That is. And this is what he gets for that.
Adam, what else you got on your mind, little brother?
No, you guys are doing an amazing job. I enjoy watching you guys, you and Peter together, and Steve. It's good talking to you.
Because I was getting ready to say, don't you see Steve in there?
Well,
yeah, Adam.
Even though and I know you're in a different platform in 1252, but I know the Bucks are going to whip my Giants' ass on Monday. So, I just might as well go to bed early that night. So
don't be too shocked. Hold on.
Well,
Adam, don't. I haven't talked about that game. You might want to hang out for a little while and just continue to watch this show tonight. I'm going to let you go, but you know what? You utilized your first call for the evening, as Peter says. But Harry the Greek says you can call back anytime you like. Thank you so much, Adam. Anything else?
No. You guys have a good night and be safe.
Give him a woo.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do that. There we go.
Have a good one, Adam.
See you, brother.
Oh, yeah.
I love Adam Padermo. Let me tell you something. Not many nicer guys out there. By the way, he's getting married soon as well.
Everybody's getting married.
Yep, except you, Peter.
I know. I can't even make breakfast in the morning. Hell, I can't even get married. Hell, I like to make breakfast in the morning. How about that?
Yep. Let's move it right along. Now, this is a barn burner, guys. Houston Texans are at the Tennessee Titans, the rejuvenated Tennessee Titans, 9.5-point favorites at home. Not 17 and 18 like we've been seeing against this Houston team. I'm going to go first on this game. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
The total's 44.5. Take the points. Play Houston in this game. Tennessee's going to come back to earth in this game. Defensively, they're playing decent. They're not world beaters. Running game, Passing game, it's going to be a little bit tough. It's going to be a little bit tough for them. Houston, they're going to play for Lovie Smith, especially on defense. It's way too many points. I see something funky here, and I'm going to tell you why. Every team consecutively that has had a winning record against the Houston Texans in the past 4 or 5 weeks have been double-digit favorites. Don't bet it yet. Bet it on game day. You're going to get 12 points. There's a reason why. If it's too good to be true when Tennessee's only minus 9.5, it generally is, ladies and gentlemen. Take Houston in this game. Got a funny hunch on this game. For no other reason other than a hunch, play Houston. Steven, who do you like?
Oh, my gosh. This game, I'm going to Texas, bro. Luckily, I'm already here.
But, senor, you don't live in El Paso.
El Paso.
No, I don't. I'm about 8 hours from El Paso, but I'm telling you, I don't trust. I just don't.
Peter, who do you like and why?
I like the Titans in this game. They've beaten some elites. Yeah. You're exactly right. I think they're going to fall down to earth. The question is, when? Adrian Peterson, does he show up in this game? Does he show why you signed him in the first place? Those 35-year-old legs, 35 going on 62.
Right.
I see Adrian Peterson is going to get some yards in this game, but Houston will keep it close. Titans do win.
Yeah, Adrian Peterson. Hang on. Yeah. He's going to start playing well when Cam Newton does. Are you crazy?
Adrian Peterson, again, behind that offensive line, I think he can run for at least 100 yards versus the Texans defense.
I got money on it that he doesn't run for 100. I got money on it that he doesn't run for 70 yards in this game.
All right.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Okay.
I promise
Good
you.
thing I'm in Texas. Good thing I'm in Texas.
You're in Texas, baby. Facebook user says, I got the Eagles beating the Saints. I don't trust second-string quarterbacks. Where you read this. NFL. Blake Anthony. Browns, Johnson said Peoples. Jones is becoming a star. Correct. Kyle. How you doing, Kyle? New England is the team to watch in the AFC. They could easily be in the playoffs. High-end defense and an offense is doing enough to get wins. Kyle, that is a great comment.
Yep.
You know what? And I'm going to tell you something right here. This team is starting to come together. And Bill Belichick is starting to show why he's the GOAT of coaches in the National Football League.
Yes.
The end. Okay.
Yes.
Stop the narrative. Oh, was it Tom Brady or was it Belichick? How about the both of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
How about the both of them?
what's
It's not going to kill anybody to say that they both are the GOAT.
right.
In the National Football League.
Was it Bill Walsh or Joe Montana? It was both of them. And you're exactly right. Mac Jones was a perfect fit coming out of Alabama. Of course, being under Nick Saban, over 70% completion percentage. He's a DLG quarterback, but he's starting to learn the offense more and more. On top of it, all the defensive pickups that you made in the offseason, especially a Matthew Judon, has been lights out. They're getting some running game. Now, the Patriots are definitely on a roll, and it's going to be very interesting to see that matchup with the Buffalo Bills in just a couple weeks.
Without question. Steven, you got anything to comment to Kyle's comment?
Absolutely. I tell you what, weeks ago, I would never have picked the Patriots to be where they are right now. And I actually had Buffalo beating them twice, just like they did last year. And I'll be honest, I don't know if Buffalo can beat them by the time. The Patriots have a really good shot at winning this division. And I would never have said that even 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks. There's no way. But they have a really good shot at winning this division now because Buffalo's finding a way to trip over themselves.
Especially if Buffalo trips up against Indianapolis right now.
Exactly.
You understand? It's that close. It really is. Oh, and by the way, who did the Greek have winning that division start of the season? Anybody want to say something, Steven? Anybody?
Did you have the Patriots winning that division?
Without question, I did.
Wow.
When the season started, and then I was like, oh boy, I'm in trouble. After the first 3 or 4 games, now I look like someone who knows what he's talking about, but it's still not there.
What you are?
Facebook user, come on, man. Facebook, Bucks versus Patriots, Super Bowl 56. That would be funny. Facebook user, Titans win blowout in Texas. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me if they blew them out. But there's a reason why. Hold on, they're only a 9.5-point favorite, guys. If it's too good to be true, and Vegas is trying to get you to go in one direction, either don't bet or take the dog.
And you see the dogs this year. This has been the highlight of the National Football League. Parity is prevalent in this league, and the underdogs have won a lot of those games. Who would have thought that Buffalo would have got beat by Jacksonville? But by the way, Jacksonville, a big underdog at home. Guess what? Jacksonville beat Buffalo. There have been many games this year where Atlanta beats New Orleans in New Orleans, a big underdog. So at the end of the day, could Houston make this game close? Absolutely. Why? Because the Titans have absolutely done a great job over the last 5 to 6 games.
I'd have to agree with that.
On talent, but Houston could catch them napping. It's human nature at this point. You're not going to dominate every team.
Let me tell you something about it. You're talking about
right. Then you look at the matchup last year, and I get it, no Deshaun Watson in that game, but that was a close matchup that basically Houston did everything they could to lose in overtime because they couldn't stop Derrick Henry. No Derrick Henry in this game, but that run defense isn't that good either. So maybe Adrian Peterson steps out and goes for 100. I say he does. It's still a close game, but the Titans win in a close one.
Okay. I forgot what I was going to say, so we're just going to move on. I like that.
Like that? I steal your thunder?
No, not really. Hold on. Kyle says Mac Jones is looking like Mac Jones in 2001. Check the stats.
I mean, if you look at it, Tom Brady, when he first started out, he was a guy that was, some
Tom
part
Brady.
of it. Dink and dunk. He was always a dink and dunk quarterback, but especially in that offense coming in, Mac Jones the same way. That's why I said, even though I owe you a steak dinner, Harry, the San Francisco 49ers should have drafted him 3rd overall. That should have been their quarterback. And instead they drafted Trey Lance because he's the
do you have any clue how many people owe me a steak dinner? We're not even going to go down that road.
No, the whole thing of, well, you can't win with a guy that's a drop back passer. Oh, yeah, by the way, Tom Brady was a drop back passer. He won a Super Bowl. I mean, how many guys have to show you? You don't necessarily have to be a mobile quarterback. What you have to be is mobile enough to scale the pocket. If you can scale the pocket, avoid the defensive lineman, improvise, and make plays to wide receivers, that's how you win in the NFL. You don't have to have a super mobile quarterback. The whole nonsense of, well, you have to draft a Trey Lance, you have to draft a guy because he doesn't match what the NFL is. That's BS.
Love his passion. Absolutely love his passion. Tapasio says, I hope BA watch so he can learn what it means to be a head coach on an NFL team.
I mean, he only won a Super Bowl, guys. Yep. I mean, he's been the coach of the year how many times? Let's give the guy a break at this point. Yep. Jeez.
Kyle Nichols says they have both games against the Bills and a game against the Titans coming up. That is true. Facebook user says Deontay Freeman ranked way ahead of AP in fantasy. I take it under that AP rushes for 35. That's what I was saying. I just don't see him having a big. By the way, see you, Steven. I think his battery left.
I think he did. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Steven. Yeah.
Steven, that was Steven Glasker, ladies and gentlemen. Great friend of the show and just really, really fun guy to talk football with.
And he was excited and he was having fun to be on this show.
Lots of fun, Peter.
So excited. I am so excited at this point to be on the over-under on 1250.
That's enough. You're over the top. Get over the top.
I'm over. I'm not under. Like
Bills and Bucks look same in comment dealing with injuries and losing to easy teams, Jaguars and Washington. That is absolutely true. But, I got to tell you something now. The Bucks haven't had the hardest schedules either. But the Buffalo Bills, their schedule has been the easiest in the National Football League after the season started. I mean, they just can't beat really good teams for some reason. Let's go to the next game. We've already talked Houston. We've already talked Washington and Carolina. And let's get to an NFC North game here.
Mm-hmm.
The battle of the Packers at the Minnesota Vikings. You ready?
Ooh.
Green Bay's only a 1-point favorite on the road.
Mm-hmm.
The total points in this game is 47. Peter, what do you like and why?
I go under on this game. I go with the under. I go with the Packers and another close tilt. There's going to be a lot of close games this week, I predict. The Vikings will keep it close. They always keep it close. But somehow, some way, Aaron Rodgers and this Packer offense will figure it out. Say whatever you want to about the guy. But Rodgers and the Packers win this game 23-20.
I got a little bit of a different story here. I kind of like Minnesota here. I like a home dog here.
Okay.
And when we were talking about, a lot of underdogs winning, well, let's talk about this for a second. I don't want to talk about winning percentages because people that don't know me on this platform from last year, it was an anomaly. Okay, it really was. I've been handicapping for, I can't tell you how many years. Okay, been a professional gambler for, can't tell you for how many years.
Mm-hmm.
But that percentage of games that I won last year, they were sick. Absolutely sick. And I'll never duplicate it again. I can't. It's literally impossible. Did you know that over 2/3 of the games that I pick were underdogs?
That's Peter, great, man. That's underdog. Amazing. That's amazing.
This year in baseball, just in baseball,
right?
47-14 was my record. What I played in baseball, and of the 47 wins, Peter, 43 underdogs.
Here we go.
I want you to grasp that for a minute.
Here we go.
He's on fire.
I mean, basically, that's what it comes down to. And a guy that's not just picking favorites, he's picking underdogs.
You cannot consistently pick favorites and win.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, and let me look into the camera and really explain something to people. It's easy to make the sexy pick. And a lot of people, especially people with means, they like to bet a lot of money on the money line. And they're generally going to be taking predominant favorites, like the 1997 Chicago Bulls versus let's just say hypothetically they were playing a horrible basketball team and they were 20-point favorites, but they says, you know what? I know the Bulls are going to win the game, so I'm just going to play them to win the game. Well, for every 100 that they wagered, they'd have to lay $2,000. Just think about that. Okay. Some of these people would wager $1,000 or not risk. They'd risk 20 to win X amount of dollars. Well, what if Michael Jordan got hurt in that game or Scottie Pippen didn't finish? That's a ton of money. You'll win a lot of games by playing the money line on favorites. But all that money that you won collectively, you find that one fluke game, like when the Jets beat up the Rams last year, or when the Jets won a football game this year, all that money you won, you lost, and then some. That's why you can never win playing predominant favorites and never, ever, ever play the money line unless you're laying very little juice or you're picking the underdog. Because I'll tell you something that I learned a long time ago. The price will definitely make up for the pick. I know if Tom Banner's watching us right now, he's probably laughing because he knows our mutual friend, Tony, has always said that. The price makes up for the pick. Anyway, that's enough for the dissertation. I kind of like Minnesota at home, very small, but I'll tell you what I do like. I'm completely on the opposite end here, Peter. I love the over. I think Kirk Cousins is going to go ahead and put up 28 points in this game. Is it going to be enough to beat Green Bay? Not sure. But I can tell you this much. Minnesota can't stop anybody anyway. This is going to be a very, very high-scoring game. So definitely play the over in this game. It's one of my top picks. Let's move on to the next game. The Cincinnati Bengals at the Las Vegas Raiders, who are coming off a horrible defeat to the Kansas City Chiefs. Cincinnati's a 1-point favorite and the total is 50.5. Who do you like here and why, Peter?
I mean, this could be a shootout too. Both teams don't have a defense, no semblance of defense at all. You have the Raiders coming off a horrific loss to the Chiefs where Mahomes shows that he still is king in that division with the 5 touchdowns. I'm going to pass on this because to me, it's too close to call with the Bengals and the Raiders. I think the Bengals need this game, but I'm going to pass. What do you say?
I'm going to go to Texas here, buddy. And Texas means what?
El Paso. That's
You're
what I
damn
said.
right. I have no opinion in this game. I have to watch this game. If they were playing this game last week, I tell you to make sure you take the home dog, especially with Vegas. I'm kind of leaning that way, but I'm going to have no pick. Let's get back to the comments. And Facebook users, Bills and Bucks look the same. Now, remind me to read that. My battery almost done. See you next week. Facebook user says, I got the Vikings over the Packers 27-24. That's kind of where I got them going too, and that's probably the over. And I'm going to probably say that's Tom Banner, isn't it?
That is actually Corey Brown. Brown saying that.
Corey, you know what? Play the over in that game. I think you're on the right side. You know, if you want to make a small parlay, make it a 2-team parlay. Take Minnesota in the over, but I'd really concentrate on the over there. Facebook user says, see you next week. Yeah, Greek. Go Bears and free Kyle. Kyle Nicole, Alvin Kamara ruled out against the Eagles. Huge loss for the New Orleans Philly. Could pick up the win. Absolutely.
Sure.
Facebook user, Bengals over the Raiders 35-20. Well, if that's the case, that game can go over too because that's 50.5. So if that is what you like,
yes.
But if that's the game, if that is what you like, then definitely play the over because it's only 50. You're already 5 points over.
Yeah, I see like a 35-31 game. Whoever wants to play defense in this game is optional, but who needs it more? Of course, the Bengals with Joe Burrow and this team, you know, with all the high expectations, and now they've kind of come back down to earth, if you will. It seems like the Bengals need to be on the incline. Right now, the Raiders are on the decline, losing Henry Ruggs, of course, losing their coach, all those distractions, and then on top of it, once again, the defense being the thing that you can't stop the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's
talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's spend a couple minutes here. The Dallas Cowboys are in Kansas City.
Oh, baby.
Kansas City's -2.5. The highest total of the week is 56.5. Peter.
Yeah, I mean, I got to go over.
Hold on. Let's not just talk about going over here.
Yeah.
This was the first game that I seen Kansas City play this year as well as they did. So Did they just expose the Raiders? Is Kansas City as good as what they look? They didn't correct it all in 1 week. Okay? They just didn't. They still need to show me more.
Right.
I'm not going to make a big dissertation out of this. I really like Dallas in this game. I see a very high-scoring affair. I think Dallas's defense is just this much better than Kansas City's. Not much. I've been very, very critical on what the Dallas Cowboys have done to assemble this defense.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dallas beats them. Play Dallas on the money line. Small position, though. Who do you like?
Kansas City in a shootout. Again, a shootout game. I think they have corrected some of their problems. And then on top of it, going back to your point in this whole thing about the Cowboys during the season, is their defense for real? Well, Michael Parsons only needs 3 sacks to surpass DeMarcus Ware's record as a rookie with 8 sacks. So he's definitely been the real deal. But is this defense good enough to stop Kansas City at critical points? I'm not so sure. I like Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs at home in a shootout.
Okay, so you like that. We're on the other ends of the pendulum there.
Yeah.
All right, let's take I'll compare a rule out for the Eagles. We'll go back to the comments. Bengals win. Facebook user, he likes Kansas City Chiefs over the Cowboys. No Cooper out for the Cowboys. I get it. Amari Cooper's out, but they still have more weapons than what they have in Kansas City.
Lamb and Ezekiel Elliott. The big time story is, can Kansas City and that Chiefs defense do enough to stop a Dak Prescott and that explosive offense? That will be the matchup to also look at.
See, this is a great comment. He's agreeing with me. Kyle Nickel, Raiders are imploding. KC got them on a decline. That's what I was kind of thinking. That's what I alluded to. I still think Dallas has the better defense and can beat KC, and for those reasons. And plus, I believe that Dallas has more weapons. That's why I do like Dallas.
Are you comfortable in betting on this game with both teams having an explosive offense? So you would bet Dallas on the money line on here?
Yeah, I really would. I
kind
of like Dallas.
56?
You know what? That's a lot of points, and this is why I'm going to tell people not to bet the over in this game.
Okay.
For this reason and this reason only. Let's read it again. Raiders are imploding. Kansas City got them on the decline. Let's go back and start looking at what Kansas City has done in the past couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. They're still leading the league on turnover differential, and it's not to the good. Okay. They've given up the ball more times than they've actually received.
Sure.
Patrick Mahomes is still throwing across his body. Now, is he going to throw a lot of picks in this game? Probably not. Mm. Do I think they're going to have some success against them? Yeah. I think they're going to double Tyreek Hill. And I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be just Patrick Mahomes. I just don't. It wouldn't surprise me that they get blown out in this game. I'm going to be honest with you, Peter. But Kansas City did look good in this past week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, small position, Dallas on the money line. That's what I like.
Going back to the Raiders, Deshaun Jackson, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, Eagle, Washington football team. His first pass, you know what he does with it? Fumbles it. I mean,
you know what? That
right. Tells you everything you need to know about that player. As explosive as he is, he can't even hold on to the ball. That's how bad when the ball is not rolling your way or going your way in the Raiders situation. That's how bad it was the other night for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, that is true. Couple more games to go. You ready?
Yeah.
I like this game. Pittsburgh at the Chargers.
Oof.
Chargers are 5.5-point favorites at home. Totals 47. Is Big Ben playing?
I don't know if he's playing or not, but honestly, wow.
Want me to help you here, Peter?
Yeah, help me out a little bit here.
It's one of my top picks of the week. Chargers, lay the points, 5.5. You want to get creative? Play the under. Pittsburgh ain't going to score on this defense. The Chargers are going to figure it out. I kind of like the under a little bit here, but I'm really confident on laying the 5.5. Pittsburgh is not a very good football team. And the reason why this game is not a higher spread is because Detroit took them into overtime last week. And they got very lucky to beat the Chicago Bears 2 weeks ago. That's the reason why. And no, Ben Roethlisberger isn't playing. And if he was playing, okay, they would beat this team up even more. Let me put it to you this way. Okay. I just look, this is not the same Pittsburgh team. They were a vaunted defense going into that Chicago game. Justin Fields exposed them in the second half. Let me repeat something. The Chicago Bears came out in the second half with adjustments. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes,
I said the Bears made adjustments.
Amazing.
Okay.
Amazing concept, by the way.
Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's an amazing concept. They
Yes.
ran on them. They threw on them. They made Pittsburgh look very pedestrian, especially in that secondary. I'm telling you now, the Chargers not beat this team. They blow this team out of the water this week. Absolutely just blow this team out of the water. Feel confident in the 5.5.
I'll go with you on that. I'm going to go with you on that, but I do think this Charger offense is kind of falling back down to earth. I mean, I don't know what happened to Justin Herbert, but I feel like Pittsburgh's defense and all the problems they've had stopping teams lately, namely a Fields, I think that will favor a Herbert. So I like the Chargers in this game also.
Okay.
And possibly a blowout too, because the East Coast team going to the West Coast, that doesn't always necessarily work out in the favor of the East Coast team. Just saying.
Kyle says Ben is uncertain at this moment. He may or may not play. I heard the same thing, Kyle. Thanks for the comment. Which Tampa would learn to make adjustments? Yep, that's true. They actually, hold on. That's not fair. This team knows how to make a lot of adjustments, except they just forgot how to run a football. I think I've been saying that ever since Bruce Arians has been the head coach of this football team.
Sure.
But that is for another platform, and that is for a totally different time. But when we get to the game, like right now, the New York Giants are at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this week. Monday night, the total's 49 points. Tampa Bay's minus 11 at this point. That line's going to continue to grow. Peter, I have a question for you, brother.
Yeah.
Why does Tampa deserve to be 11 or even a 12 or a 13-point favorite? Did you know that the Buccaneers were a 12.5-point favorite when they went to New York last year, and that was on the road?
Right.
And now they're only 11. Why is Tampa only an 11-point favorite in this game?
Because they're getting back Rob Gronkowski, they're getting back Scotty Miller and Sean Murphy Bunting, and on top of it, all the talk this week has been how this football team is dumb. Tom Brady hasn't necessarily played well. It's got all the makings of a blowout. And I would like to call that. I would like to say that the Bucs are going to win in a blowout, but I just don't know. You have the Giants with Saquon Barkley back. They have pretty good defensive front there with Lawrence and, of course, Leonard Williams and Ola Jerry on the outside. They're going to keep it close, but the Bucs win this game in prime time to go 5-0 at home. I like the Bucs in the close one.
I don't like this game very much. I'm going to go to Texas for the whole game. However, I'm going to give out a first half play. If you wait till game time, you will get 7 points. Right now it's 5.5. It's going to continue to rise. When it gets to 7 points, bet the Giants first half, just like I gave out last year in New York when they were getting 9. And not only were the Giants covering, they were winning at the half. You do remember that game, don't you?
I do. I do remember that game. It was a cold Monday night for Floridians outside trying to do a show. I don't know why we decided to do outside, by the way, but we did.
It was beautiful that night.
Well, it was pretty cool.
Troy Polamalu says, in my hometown Greece, we laugh at the Buccaneers. Adere malaka skatanafas. Stamata. No more.
Shut up!
Actually, Troy, if you are Greek, opa. Miacharak and Nasakala. You know what that means, right?
He's not. I know he's not.
Okay.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
He's not.
Kyle Nichols says Tampa is getting back on track and is getting healthy at the right time, as long as our defense can make stops. Well, you know what? Talking about that Tampa team a little bit, I'm just going to make a comment, and we're going to go ahead and move to the next game. They got very good news with Vita Vea, okay? But a bone bruise, don't be surprised he's out until the playoffs. Because especially when you weigh 3,000 pounds, it's very difficult to heal. It really, truly is. I mean, that guy is a massive individual. And if you've never had a bone bruise, that really, really hurts.
Double or nothing steak dinner. He comes back before the playoffs.
Nah, I can't do that, bro. That's
Come
I want
on.
to stick that, bro. It's not double or nothing.
All right, how about wings? We'll do wings.
Wings?
We'll do pizza. We'll do some spaghetti and pizza, my friend. Okay, a little chicken parmesan on the side.
Let me. I know he's coming back before then. Let me retract my statement. They would be smart. They would be smart to bring him in for the playoffs and let him rest, because they can't. They can't afford. It would be ill-afforded for them to play him and he goes down again, because if that happens, that defense literally has zero chance to proceed into the playoffs. That is the most important key member of that defensive line.
Agreed.
He makes that entire defense operate. Shaq Barrett and company. That's the reason why. Anyway, Troy says, in Greece, we call the Buccaneers Malakas. He is Greek. I like this guy.
Shut up!
I don't think he's Greek. I don't think he's Greek. I'll put a bet on that too. And by the way, we're on the over-under on 1252 Sports, Harry. We don't go back on that. Come on, man. You got the cojones. Come on.
I got the cojones. It's not a bet. Listen, bro. I'm a gambler.
Okay, we'll gamble on it.
I'm a smart gambler, though. I'm not a dummy.
They're gonna break. Okay, we'll see.
You're not trapping me on my own show, but that's good. So what game are we still waiting to talk about, Peter?
Oh, of course, your Chicago Bears.
At home against the Ravens.
All right, let's see what they can do this week versus the Lamar Jackson-led Baltimore Ravens. What do you think?
They're getting 6.5 point favorites. I'm sorry, Baltimore's 6.5 point favorites. Chicago's really banged up. No Khalil Mack, no Danny Trevathan. They're done for the year. Offensively, hey, they might be getting their starting left tackle going to be coming back. They don't know when. Well, that's with Tevin Jenkins. Borum is really a very, very nice surprise, especially on the right side. But you know what? I got to give some love to Jason Peters, man. Everybody wants to jump all over this guy. He's 40 friggin' years old.
Yeah.
40 years old. Okay. Give him a little help over there, man. The old man's
old in dog years.
Yeah. I mean, but I'll tell you what, he's really been playing very well in the run game. I mean, I was watching some of these blocks, Peter.
Mm-hmm.
He has taken linebackers and defensive ends, and he's getting his hands on them right between the numbers, behind the shoulder pads, and that little extra hold that he can get away with.
Yeah.
And he's kind of picking them up, and you see the feet dangling, and he is just driving them into the ground with all his weight. And it looks like, and he's having fun, but he's struggling with pass protection because his legs are not quite as fast. But brother, 350 pounds is still 350 pounds. And if you let that big bear get his hands on you, Lord Almighty. I mean, his hands are huge, absolutely huge. So my hats are off to what Jason Peters is able to do right now. He's the third string left tackle on this team. Third string. Mm-hmm. And he has played so much better. The running game, I think they're going to have quite a bit of success. And I can honestly tell you this. Both defenses are going to be extremely gassed by the end of this game, chasing both of these quarterbacks between Justin Fields and Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that Justin Fields just doesn't get into a rhythm where he feels like he has to be able to outrun Lamar Jackson. Justin Fields is a hell of a good running quarterback, but you know what? I think he's a much better pocket passer than Lamar Jackson is. So for those reasons, I like the Bears at home catching the points. I don't really see him winning this game, but I do definitely like seeing them with the points. And when Vegas and when people start to know more and more that both Khalil Mack are out for the season and Danny Trevathan, this line may increase even higher. You might get 7 or 7.5 points. That's when I would really jump on it.
Yeah,
but right now, kind of wait a little bit. Peter?
Yeah, I don't know about this game. And if I don't know about a game, I'm going to go to El Paso on it. I'm going to pass on this game because there's so many things that could happen. This could be a blowout by Baltimore, or it could be a quarterback shootout between two young quarterbacks in the league, Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields. So
hey, one's the rookie, the other one's the veteran.
Smart money would be, to bet Baltimore. But once again, we've seen that parity is prevalent in the NFL. So don't be surprised once again, like you said, Harry, that the Chicago Bears make this close.
They can, and they are a home dog, and Chicago plays pretty decent at home. They always have.
Right.
They always have. And especially when the running game, you got David Montgomery back. Defensively, I don't know how effective they're going to be. I don't know if
still have Robert Quinn, right?
Playing.
Right.
Robert Quinn. He's been pretty effective. I mean, he's finally playing well. I mean, he obviously was pretty banged up last year.
What's the weather like, too? I mean, honestly, that's what it comes down to. I mean, I still think it would affect Lamar Jackson, right? I mean,
well, yeah, especially if it's a little bit slippery out there.
Sure. So, I mean, the running games would be the things that you would look at. But Marquise Brown coming into this game, 3 straight 100-yard receiving efforts, good for fantasy football. Can he do it again versus this somewhat questionable Bears back end? As you know, I love to talk about the back end. So we'll see how that matchup
Let's
works.
talk about the back end with the Greek. Nah. Here. Nah. Padezeka. Here you go, Peter.
I don't
Here,
even know what you
I'm gonna give you 10 of them. Here you go. Troy Polamalu says fire left, which dude been calling the same plays. Kyle says the Bears have lost. The Bears have lost Mac for the year. Yes, they actually have, Kyle.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I may change my mind on that. That may be where Baltimore comes out. But I don't trust Lamar Jackson in this Baltimore offense for some reason. I just don't trust them. I don't.
My question is, why isn't Baltimore a bigger favorite?
Right.
And they've already announced 2 defensive stars they're not going to be playing. They're going up against a rookie quarterback. Generally, if it's too good to be true,
it is.
There you go. Peter, tell everybody where they can find you, brother.
Absolutely. On the Evolution of Sports Talk Television on Monday and Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. live on NSPN. I love St. Pete. It's the Sports Web. Do 3 things for me if you don't know. Write them down. There's a quiz afterwards along with a steak dinner. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake, giving you something to think about.
That's always very, very good. Peter, hang out in my back room. I'll come to you in a few. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Peter Blake from the Sports Web. He does have a really, really good show. You ought to be able to catch it sometimes. It's been a very, very long week, extremely long week, but I am really excited. We have college football tomorrow. We have the pro football games on Sunday. Can't wait for the NFL. And I'll tell you what, the Bear game should be a lot more interesting than a lot of people are giving it credit for. Let's go ahead and recap some of the games that we were talking about. Miami Jets, didn't particularly care for it. New Orleans at Philly. Kind of like Philadelphia -2.5, but it depends on who's going to be playing quarterback, but it's really not a pick. Arizona -2 against Seattle. It's a non-pick because we don't know if Kyler is going to be playing or who's going to be playing quarterback. Detroit at Cleveland. Really kind of like Cleveland here, laying the points. San Francisco at Jacksonville. Small play, like San Francisco, -6.5. Indy at Jacksonville. I'm sorry, Indy at Buffalo. Take the points. Take Indianapolis in the points. Kind of like that game a lot. Washington on the money line. Don't bother taking them plus the 3 points. They win the game outright. Cam Newton does not get his first win going back to Carolina. As a matter of fact, I think Cam Newton throws 2 picks in this game. Baltimore -6 at Chicago. It's even 6.5. Wait a little while. Get it up to 7. Bet the Bears. Bet your hometown Bears in this game. Not on the money line. Take the points. Always like a home underdog. Houston at Tennessee. Now we're going to get deep. Tennessee's 9.5-point favorites. Wait till game day. You'll get 10, 10.5, maybe even 11. Take the points. Take the points in Houston on the road this week. I got a real funny feeling, nothing more than a funny feeling, that Houston actually covers. Green Bay at Minnesota. I kind of like Minnesota at home, but that's not what I want to give you. I want to give you the over in this game. I don't know why this game's not 55 points. It's 47. Bet the over before it keeps going over. Cincinnati at the Raiders. Cincinnati's -1 and 50.5. Go to Texas here. Do not play the game, and Texas means El Paso. Dallas at Kansas City. Neither team can play defense, but Dallas has a little bit of a better defense. Totals 56.5. Kansas City is a 2.5-point favorite at home. They looked a lot better last week. Dallas, too much firepower. No Amari Cooper in this game, and still they have a better offense than Kansas City does. Don't bother playing Texas. Don't bother taking Dallas with the points. You can actually take Dallas on the money line. Your returns are going to be a little bit bigger. Pittsburgh at the Chargers. Love the Chargers here at -5.5. Pittsburgh's just in shambles. New York Giants at Tampa Bay. Play the Giants in the first half. Do not play them for the game. Do not know what you're going to be getting. I suspect the Giants are going to give them everything that they can handle, but I think Tampa's going to have to try to get this game right in the second half. Yeah, that about sums it up. I've kind of cleared everything up the best I possibly can. Let me go ahead and shut my banner off over here. And let me get ready for my exit. And I really appreciate everybody tuning in this evening. I'm not going to scream at you like Peter Blake does, but I do love the man's passion. I'm very honored to have him on my show as a co-host. It's always a lot of fun here on the Over Under, where we're going to see you next Friday at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern on the Over Under on 1252 Sports. I'm Harry the Greek. Thank you for tuning in. And I always say, keep your bets low and with your returns high. And I'd rather be lucky than good. Have a great evening. I'm your host. Let's talk to you soon. Go Bears. That's all we got.